Welcome to Capital City Paranormal-ish, where we delve into the exploration of creepy, strange, paranormal, and unexplainable TikToks that we all love to watch. So sit back, grab your popcorn, and strap in, and get ready to have your entire reality questioned. Hey, my freaky fam, welcome back to another edition of Capital City Paranormal-ish, where we delve into the exploration of creepy, strange, paranormal, and unexplainable TikToks that we all love. So, if you're new here, show the family the love, hit that subscribe button, it's right down there somewhere, because I was looking at analytics, and 95% of the people viewing these videos are not subscribed to the channel, so it's free. Doesn't cost anything, and there's no commitments, anything like that. It's just a matter of hitting that button, showing the family the love, and becoming part of the freaky family yourself. But anyways, I'll quit yabbering on here, and hey, let's get to some videos.
Something was uncovered last week in Antarctica, and no one can explain it. 3 friends, just ordinary kayakers, set out to paddle a newly formed river, revealed after an unusual heat wave melted centuries of ancient ice. They wanted to be the first down this untouched waterway, but what they found has scientists and governments scrambling. As they rounded a sharp bend, 2 massive statues emerged from the melting cliffs. Not boulders, not ice formations. Actual statues, weathered, humanoid, and impossibly large. Their kayaks looked like toys next to the feet alone. One of them, Chris Smith, had military drone experience. He launched it immediately. The footage he captured is now being reviewed by archaeologists around the world. The carvings, the posture, the eerie resemblance to ancient Mediterranean art, except these have never been seen before. Some say they look Roman, others say there's something far older, something forgotten. But here's where it gets chilling. After passing the statues, the friends claim they saw something they refuse to describe. They've gone silent. One of them left the country, another shut off all social media. Now, Dr. Remy Dimian, expert in ancient tectonic shifts, at the site, and according to him, what lies beyond those statues was never meant to be found.
Chinese TikTok, that shit's real. I don't know how I ended up there, but I'm there. You can get there too. Go into that search bar and type in Chinese TikTok or Chinese FAFO, and you are really just skipping. You are just skipping the line to get all the shit that you were buying anyway at a higher price for almost the same price, even with the tariffs. So China said, you go ahead and raise our tariffs. We will just cut out all the middles. We'll get it right to you, okay? Right to you. And it's the same goods, okay? Those Birkins, those LVs, all that shit that you thought you were buying that was real, you might want to think again. But anyways, go into that search bar and see what I'm talking about, because they're not playing. They're not playing, and I'm not playing either. And they said, we were here before you, we'll be here after you, so we'll be just fine. And shit, I believe them.
Wow, that's really crazy if they did find that in Antarctica. That'd be crazy to, once they figure out exactly what it is, and if they even let us know properly anyways. But yeah. And what's with the Chinese TikTok? I don't even think I've heard anything about that. You guys hit me up in the comments, let me know if anybody knows out there what that's about. And yeah. Anyways, let's carry on with some videos.
Oh my gosh, just look at this.
Science has in fact discovered God, and you can talk to the hardline atheists and they will say, it looks like science has indeed discovered God. How are we going to have this idea, is there a God or not? Notice that the creation force isn't the 3-letter word G-O-D. If you look at the words carefully, it's a quantum fluctuations. So look what science has discovered. We can create the universe from absolute nothing, provided we have the forces of nature. Now, the laws of nature, the forces of nature aren't physical, they act on the physical. So if they create the universe, that means they predate the universe. So now we have a set of forces, we call them the laws of nature, that are not physical, that are able to act on the physical. They create the physical from absolute nothing. And they predate the universe, which means they predate our understanding of time. Put that together, it sounds very familiar. If you haven't noticed it, that's the biblical definition of God. There's only one nuance that's left hanging. We can talk about it another time, perhaps. Is that which created the universe, those forces active in the universe. But up to that point, science says you are correct. The definition of the biblical God is predates time, outside of time. God is not a physical being, is a force, and it creates the universe. You'll notice that the opening chapter of Genesis, the only name for God is Elohim, God as manifest in the universe.
Can you please explain to me in detail the event that occurred at Vandenberg Air Force Base?
Certainly.
I've been waiting for this for seems like my whole life, and I literally fell out of my chair.
They observed a very large red square, estimated to be almost the size of a football field, approach the base from the ocean and hover at low altitude over one of the launch facilities.
The radio transmissions start to pour in.
As it became closer and closer to our position, it stopped and hovered right over the coastline. There's no propulsion systems, no lights, no audible sounds, and it just hovered there.
And then just all hell broke loose.
There was a lot of chaos.
These are people I'd spent years with, and they're not people that are easily frightened or intimidated. And they were terrified, and they were screaming for help over the net.
This object remained for about 45 seconds or so before darting off over the mountains.
It just shot away up the coastline. It seemed like 1,000,000 miles an hour, like it was shot out of a cannon, and then it was gone. I mean, personally, I can't explain it. I've never seen anything like it in my life. The way it hovered, to make no sound, to have no propulsion system. Our air.
Oh, fam, I think this year's disclosure year. I think there's going to be a whole lot disclosed this year when it comes to UAPs and aliens and, well, other beings. I'm not sure they're alien, but anyways, I think we're going to find out a whole lot this year that was held back previously. So, I don't know. I'm kind of interested. How about you guys? Here's the next video.
This isn't a conspiracy theory. It's not religious opinion. It's history. It's scripture. It's the truth. And it matters because the sun is coming back. Not to start a new religion, but to finish what he started. And if you don't know who he truly is, you might follow the wrong one. This scroll is for the atheist, the churchgoer, the seeker, the skeptic, the rebel, and the religious. Because every one of you has been lied to. But now you have a chance to go back to the source. Back to the real message. Back to the true way. This is the Yeshua Files. Let's begin.
Welcome to the Yeshua Files. No religion, only truth. Discern everything. Keep what's good.
Absolutely, brother.
Everybody misses you, though. They want you to know that, like, that they really miss you because you haven't been around too much.
Yeah, because you know why?
Why?
I don't even hang around there no more. That's why.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nothing. Me? Just hanging around.
Fighting and stuff?
Sitting in the house like I always does.
You retired?
Huh?
You retired?
I was tired. I don't need to be around that shit.
Nah.
Nah. My mother taught me, my father taught me.
Yep.
Say, don't
Stay
be
out of
hanging
trouble.
around with these guys. They don't do no but do drugs. That's why I don't hang around nobody. I don't like hanging around with nobody. And they smoke cigarettes and drinking and shit.
Nah, you're living a clean life now.
Yeah.
That's good.
I love that guy. It gets me every time. Well, these are pretty good videos we're having today. What do you guys think? I don't know. I think some of them are alright. Anyways, yeah, I don't see why you want to listen to me talking on here like I do. You know, I don't know. Anyways, I'll shut up now. Here's the next video.
I have a serious question. What is happening with all of these celebrities? I understand people age, people change their looks, they mature, but the photos that I'm about to show you, take Miley Cyrus for example. These are recent photos of Miley Cyrus. And then there's recent photos of Miley Cyrus. What happened to Miley Cyrus? Some will say it's hair, some will say it's makeup. Something is definitely off looking with Miley Cyrus right now. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the then and now. Take a look at the facial structure. Look at the facial structure up there. Did we miss something? Was there some type of plastic surgery done? Or did she just lean up to a point where she totally went from that nose to that nose? These images of her were posted like maybe a year or two ago. You can see that she's totally changed. Her fans have reacted the same way after seeing videos and photos of her walking around not looking like the same person. So again, I ask you, what are your thoughts on what's happening in Hollywood? How they transform from this to that? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, I'd love to hear from you.
I don't know, fam, but you asked me, that's a completely different person. I don't know, call it what you want. Call it the evils of Hollywood. Whatever. That's what it brings, I guess. Anyways, here's the next video.
So I've been locked in. I've been reading the reports on what's going on in this federal trial with Diddy. And y'all, day 2 was even wilder. So Cassie took the stand. And you know she's pregnant. She's 8 months pregnant, so her belly out there hanging. They said she was calm, but she was ready to speak her truth. She broke it all down, y'all. Years of control, years of manipulation, and years of pain, as she stated. She said it started with love, but then it turned to freak-offs, as people out here would say it. She said this shit became her job. She was getting flown and passed around like a piece of cake. She said he ordered male escorts to come do that to her, all while he watched and recorded, and it was touching itself, y'all. And she said all in all, while this was happening, she was forced to take things to make her higher than a kite. She said one time it lasted for 4 days straight. She said she was out of her mind, but she wasn't thinking too much of it because the things she was high on a kite on made her not even think about it or feel it. Now listen to this, y'all. The reports say she listed everything that got her higher than a kite. Molly, Special K, GHB, shrooms, and that white girl Hannah Montana. Here's where it get a little bad. She said she wasn't the only one. She said it was more women doing this too, being forced to do it. The way the reports was saying it sounded like she was going through a psychological warfare. She said Diddy would send her to the gym to make sure her body was in shape and even get a plastic surgeon so she can be perfect. Her body can be perfect for these freak-offs. He wanted her to be top tier. And when she got dressed and everything, she had to send Diddy pictures of how the outfits looked on her so he can approve. That's what she said, and that's what the report's saying. She said if she told this man no about anything that he wanted her to do, he would then start doing a little blackmail, like, I send these pictures out, I pick these videos out of you, and y'all know what the videos consist of. I gotta go use the bathroom. I'm talking about number 1. But face shot, I go Diddy on that. That's what she was doing. Another escort testified and said, yeah, he had to come through, lay the pipe on her while he watched. And it can only happen when he's in there. They said the court even heard that one bill was so high in the hotel room, like it was jacked up. They was doing WWE moves. He was pile driving people in that joint. That they had to fucking remodel the joint. That's how wild they was getting in them freak offs. They say they found weapons in a safe. And you already know, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Like I say, he was trying to get slippery sloped. Per reports, they say when Cassie said she got number 1 doing, the courtroom gasped like, what? You got what? He did what? They did what? She said she even choked on it, y'all. They said once again, some family members walked out after hearing that. They little ears and eyes could not take what was being shown and heard. Listen, I wasn't there. This is just me breaking down what I seen on reports and what people are saying from the courtroom that was there. None of these are my claims. These are just allegations. But if half of this is true, it's crazy. So with all that being said, Diddy lawyers was like, nah, this was all consensual. They said she stayed because she wanted to. They're saying that these stories are twisted. And they're trying to make him seem like he was something that he wasn't. Y'all, day 2 is in the books. This trial is getting wild. I know it's going to get even crazier. So if you like the way I report on it, make sure you hit that follow button, share this video, like this video.
That's just straight sick, fam. Straight sick shit. I don't know. I think he's going to get what's coming to him. Anyways, it's time for accountability, and I think it's going to happen for more than just him. Anyways, that's the end of another video. Thanks for tuning in. Always glad to have you. Big love from the fam. And hit that subscribe button. It only takes a second. It's free. Big love, fam. Till the next one, au revoir. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of Capital City Paranormalish. We hope we didn't flip your world upside down too much. But be sure to tune in again to the next video, where we're sure it'll be just as strange as this one.